Imagine ruling an empire so vast that it seemed to have no end. An empire no map could truly contain. Millions of people, thousands of cities, one king. Now imagine, somewhere inside that empire, someone is quietly betraying you. He speaks to no one. He trusts no one. He believes no one can see him. He is wrong. 25 centuries ago, the Persian Empire became the largest empire the world had ever known. From Egypt to India, from the Black Sea to the Persian Gulf. 20 provinces, dozens of languages, hundreds of cultures. One throne. But every empire has a weakness. The farther it grows, the harder it becomes. The Achaemenid kings understood this, so they created something the ancient world had never seen before. Not an army, not a fortress, something far more dangerous. A network, silent, invisible, everywhere. They wore no armor, carried no swords, held no rank, yet they answered to the king alone. Nobody remembered their faces, nobody asked their names, and nobody noticed when they disappeared. But they noticed everything. Every whisper, every bargain, every secret left behind by careless words. Their reports often reached the king before rumors reached the capital, before armies marched, before fear could spread. Every message moved in only one direction, toward the throne. History never recorded this moment, but moments like it happened again and again. A governor, far from the capital. For years, he quietly stole from the royal treasury. One evening, a traveler joined his table. Friendly, forgettable. He asked about the harvest, the roads, the governor's new palace. Simple questions, nothing more. By sunrise, the traveler was gone. Weeks passed. Then, a sealed letter reached the royal court. Not from the governor, about the governor. The king already knew. Before the next tax shipment arrived, before another coin was stolen, he had been seen all along. The ancient Greeks gave them a name, the eyes and ears of the king. They were not generals, not nobles, not heroes carved into stone. Yet for nearly 2 centuries, they helped hold an empire together. If rebellion whispered in the east, the king often heard it in Persepolis. If loyalty cracked in the west, he often knew before anyone else. Not through magic, not through fear, through people no one ever noticed. One of the most sophisticated intelligence networks the ancient world had ever known. Every empire eventually falls. The Persian Empire was no different. But for generations, its enemies rarely arrived without warning. Not because the king was everywhere, not because his army was unstoppable, but because someone was always watching. The stranger at your table, the merchant in the market, the traveler on the road.
You never knew which one belonged to the king. Empires are remembered for their kings, for their armies, for their victories. But they survive because someone was listening.